Good afternoon, dear students. Let's continue with the story How Much Land Does a Man Need? And it's a story by Leo Tolstoy, as you already know. Now we have to begin with Unit 2. I think you remember what exactly we stopped last time. It was just a kind of an information about, it's kind of a fable, of course. It's a moral story that reveals and reflects about how the devil and the evil inside a human being plays a very important integral part in the degradation of a human being and in the upliftment of the human being. As we know, the main character of the story is Pehom. He's a servant. In fact, he's a peasant. Sorry, and he hears a conversation that goes on between the two sisters, his wife and her elder sister. She is quite rich, and that's why the conversation goes on. So let's come to Unit 2 now. Let's see what happens. Close to the village, there lived a lady, a small landowner who had an estate of about 300 acres. Now, the moment this thought comes to the mind of Pahom, that if he had enough land, then he will not be scared of the devil. So now the devil has decided, he has made up his mind that I will teach a lesson to Pahom, and let me see how can he become my slave or whether he'll become my master. So now this is the game the devil wants to play in the mind of Pehom. Now, close to the village, we come to there is a small land owner, a lady, and she has a property of about 300 acres. She always lived on good terms with the peasants until she engaged as her steward, an old soldier who took to burdening the peoples with fines. So says she hired an old soldier for her works, and he was the one who used to take fine from people and to do all other works which a landlady always wanted. However, careful Pahom tried to be. It happened again and again that now a horse of his got among the lady's oats. Now a cow strayed into her garden. Now his cows found their way into her meadows, and he always had to pay a fine. So it occasionally, or you can say by accidentally, it happened that many of the cattle of Pahom used to enter the garden of the lady, and of course he had to pay the fine for this. Pahom paid up but grumbled, and going home in a temper was rough with his family. So now Pehom already has to pay the money, and for all this thing, poor animals don't even know what exactly they do, or what is a crime, where do they enter, because they don't know anything about the fences, about boundaries, because they're innocent. So as the moment they entered, and it was not the fault of the animals, but of course the one who owned the animals had to pay the price. So Pahom was always used to be in a bad temper, because he had to already, he was poor and had to pay a fine. All through that summer, Pahom had much trouble because of this steward, and he was even glad when winter came and the cattle had to be stabled. So now, because of this old soldier, he was very particular about taking the fine. So he said that as winter came, then the cattle were stable, means they used to stay at one place because they never used to roam about, and Pahom was in a much better condition. Though he grudged the fodder when they could no longer graze on the pasture land, at least he was free from anxiety about them. So now the cattle never used to worry Pahom, because he used to feel that now he's free from anxiety and other problems because of the weather. In the winter, the news got about that the lady was going to sell her land, and that the keeper of the inn on the high road was bargaining for it. Now suddenly Pahom gets this news, because already this was going on in his mind, that he wanted to have some kind of a land. So he says that the news was going on, and in winter he heard about that the lady was about to sell her land. When the peasants heard this, they were much alarmed. So the peasants, all the farmers, were quite alert and excited about all this thing, that about the selling of the land by the lady. Well, thought they, if the innkeeper gets the land, he will worry us with fines worse than the lady's steward. We all depend on that estate. So he says that he was wondering that if the innkeeper gets the land, then we have to pay more worse fines. And the lady is still kind, but what about this man? So this is something to this is a news that's really scary, and it's about to trouble us. So the peasants went on behalf of the commune and asked the lady not to sell the land to the innkeeper, offering her a better price for it themselves. So now all the peasants collected and said it's better that we should buy the land rather than letting the lady sell the land to the innkeeper. The lady agreed to let them have it. Then the peasants tried to arrange for the commune to buy the whole estate so it might be held them in all common. They met twice to discuss it but could not settle the matter. The evil one sowed discord among them and they could not agree. So now again there was a kind of compatibility among the peasants, farmers, though no unity. In fact, we can say there was no cordiality, and this was the reason that the discord occurred and no one could agree for that. So they decided to buy the land individually. So now the decision was that every farmer plans to buy the land alone, each according to his means, and the lady agreed to the plan and she had to the other. So now the lady was happy. She's okay. She's ready for this offer. Presently, Pahom heard that a neighbor of his was buying 50 acres and the lady had consented to accept one half in cash and to wait a year for the other half. Pahom felt envious. Now Pahom heard heard about the news that a neighbor of his, he wanted to buy 50 acres and the lady already said yes to this. So now he was a little bit jealous about it. Look at that, he thought. The land is all being sold and I shall get none of it. So he spoke to his wife. He was worried. He says, what will happen? Because the whole land will be sold and I'll have nothing. So he talked on this matter to his wife. Other people are buying, said he, and we must also buy 20 acres or so. Life is becoming impossible. That Steve is simply crushing us with fines. So now the another problem, he says, that everybody's buying. So at least we should make an attempt to buy 20 acres of land. And life is becoming really difficult, and the steward of course is putting more pressure on us because of the fines, the continuous fines is putting upon us. So they put their head together and considered how they could manage to buy it. They had 100 rubles laid by. They sold a colt and one half of the bees. So now this is because they had already enough cattle, so they decided how they could arrange the money to buy the land, at least 20 acres from the lady. So they sold a colt, of course, and then one half of the bees, hired out one of their sons as laborers and took his wages in advance, borrowed the rest from his brother-in-law, and so scrapped together half the purchase money. So anyhow they arranged with all these things, they arranged half the money, half the price for the land. Having done this, Pahom chose out a farm of 40 acres, some of it wooded, and went to the lady to bargain for it. Now he chose a farm of 40 acres. They came to an agreement and he shook hands with her upon it and paid her a deposit in advance. So now he was very happy. They came to an agreement and the advance was given. Now then they went to the town and signed the deeds, he paying half the price down and undertaking to pay the remainder with 2 years. So he says now what happened is that he said that okay, within 2 years he'll be paying the rest of the price, and the deed was already signed by Pahom. So now Pahom had land of his own. So now Pahom was very happy because he had his own land. He borrowed seed, sowed it in the land he had brought. The harvest was a good one, and within a year he had managed to pay off his debts both to the lady and to his brother-in-law. So everything was going very well with Pahom because the land that he had his own, he harvested the land, and the harvest was really too good for him, and he could arrange everything, and he could even repay the debts. So now he became a landowner, ploughing and sowing his own land, making hay on his own land, cutting his own trees and feeding his cattle on his own pasture. So now all this thing which a peasant and a farmer already wanted to do, he was doing that, and he was extremely excited and happy about it, and life was very comfortable for him. When he went out to plough his fields or to look at his growing corn or at his grass meadows, his heart would fill with joy. So now this was something which was bringing a great pleasure to Pahom because everything was what he had decided and he had planned, and everything worked the way he always wanted to. The grass that grew and the flowers that bloomed there seemed to him unlike any that grew elsewhere. Formerly, when he had passed by that land, it had appeared the same as any other land, but now it seemed quite different. So earlier it was like a common land that was there for everybody, but now because the harvest was there and the land it appeared beautiful, it was tilted, it was ploughed, and then there were flowers, the grass, so the land appeared to be totally different from what it exactly used to be earlier. So we can say that everything was quite appealing and pleasant for Pahom, and Peham was very happy with the present conditions in his life. So we'll end the story here for a short while. We'll be continuing with this unit 3. We completed unit 2. We'll continue with unit 3 in the next class. Thank you.